What up, everyone? It's Mickey come back to you with another video where I kind of just am sorting through all my cards and just kind of showing where a lot of my PCs are, because I haven't really made a lot of videos until recently. Bear down, 10-4, back in first place. We'll see how long that continues for, but right now they're looking pretty good. That's fun. So right now I got in front of me, I think this is my basketball box. So this is going to be, I don't know how much we're going to do in this one video. This is going to be all my Bulls stuff. That does not include Michael Jordan. My Michael Jordan stuff is in a different box. And Syracuse basketball. And there's some my Dirk stuff is in here too. I don't know where. Let's start with Syracuse basketball. I think that should be all in front. I feel like these PCs aren't as big as some of my other ones, because I just haven't spent enough time on them recently. Nothing crazy. We're going to start off small. Michael Carter-Williams, Dion Waiters. I picked up a couple Mellows. I haven't picked up a lot of Syracuse basketball stuff recently at all. A lot of this is old stuff from when I was probably making videos in like 2016, 2018, something like that. Andy Routens, he does not have a lot of cards. That's fun. Raheem Christmas contenders. Dude, I loved Raheem Christmas so much in college. Then, we got some, just base rookies like Tyler Lydon, Elijah Hughes. We're going to get to good stuff in a minute. I don't have a ton of actual cards in my Syracuse basketball PC. Hakeem Warwick, just not something I ever, picked up a ton of stuff for outside of Mellow stuff. Just a stack of Dante Green rookies. Probably pulled a bunch of those in 09 and just never sold them or moved them because he was never worth anything. Some Buddy Boeheim, Bowman U stuff. I think he's still in the G League. I hope. Something I need to do is start actually collecting some Bradley basketball stuff, because they have some players. Obviously not a ton. I mean, Malavi Leons, who played at Bradley while I think he was a freshman during my senior year or sophomore during my senior year. And now he's a second year in the league. He was on the Thunder. He just got signed with the Warriors to a two-way deal. So he should be getting some NBA minutes, which is really fun, because before that, Walt Lemon Jr., which was 2017 and 2018, I believe, had a couple 10-day deals, was the last Bradley guy to appear in the NBA. And before that, it's just Anthony Parker played a long time. Now he's GM of the Magic, and I'm surprised they didn't draft Leons because of that. But they didn't. Obviously, Cav, Magic, Raptor, played for 12 years. Patrick O'Brien, first-round pick from the Bradley Sweet 16 team. He was a bust, though, only lasted 3 years in the league. Obviously, Hersey Hawkins, Chet Walker, Jim Less, who played 8 years in the league, was also the Bradley head coach for a while. But yeah, Bradley just hasn't had a ton of players in the league. Danny Granger went to Bradley, but he transferred after his sophomore year, so he came out of Fresno State, but his freshman and sophomore year, all-star Danny Granger did technically play at Bradley. So that could be fun. It would be less cards, though. Then Johnny Flynn. I loved him in college so much. I thought he was going to be the truth, which was incredibly biased, but that's just kind of what I thought. This is from 2013? Paul George, Carmelo Anthony. Paul George, I just think that's funny that Danny Granger and Paul George both went to Fresno State and were both all-stars in the same position. Paul George, obviously, probably a Hall of Famer, way more of an all-time player, but both started on the Pacers and were probably their best on the Pacers. I guess you can argue 2020 Paul George was actually his best year when he was on the Thunder statistically, but they had their prime, and they both from the same Mountain West college. This is now we're getting into my Mellow stuff. ESPN. Okay, this is not in the right order. This is actually the only Mellow auto I have. Out of 60 from 2013 Immaculate, I feel like I had a second one, but I sold it at one point. I think mellow autos are like, I feel like they're too expensive relative to who he is all time. Like a lot of his stuff, even his ink is like 100 plus, and I love mellow, but like unless it's like a rookie auto or something on card, like I'm not paying $100 for like a mellow auto from 2022, even if it's out of 25, you know. But I think that's kind of cool. It's not on card, but it's not on sticker either. I think that's kind of cool. This one was recent, the ESPN one. Now these are some mellow base cards. What year is this from? 2004. From Upper Deck. I think this is a second year mellow. It's another cool mellow. There's gonna be some base cards in here. I will not apologize for it. 08 Fleer mellow. Then that, and then recent-ish Prism, little get hyped insert. Now let's go back to some other. Damn, this mellow stack is a little bit bigger than I thought. Try to fly through it a little bit, because at least the base cards of it. This is a really cool base card. This is from 2011. Donruss. I just think that kind of has like an old school feel to it. Mellow Slam Dunk. We got some threads. I think this is one of like the Panini Adrenaline, which is technically like a game, but I think it's cool. There's another one of those. Some hoops, some Upper Deck. Here we go. I mean, this is another base real quick, but Star Rookie. Not a crazy card, but I do have the LeBron and the weight of this in PSA 9s. Not a crazy card. It's probably like a $20 card in a PSA 9, but I think it'd be cool to get that. Then maybe like also the Kirk Heinrich. Who else was a rookie that year? Corver would be really cool. I think I just would need a Darko just for the bit. Bosch, obviously. Like Josh Howard was good, one-time All-Star, but not like an all-time player. Honestly, some decent depth to that class. I think that was also Brad Miller's year. Just an NBA hoops, not numbered. Bazooka rookie, that's fun. Dude, I definitely ripped some Bazooka packs back in the day. Another one of the rookie exclusives. Oh, this is kind of cool. I need to sort this better in terms of like what's better and worse. Like the base cards are just mixed in with cool stuff. From 2008, Bowman Chrome out of $4.99. I love old school like Topps and Bowman refractors. I mean, it's coming back this year, Topps Chrome. You know, if you want to pay $90 for a blaster box, like, I love Topps products. I actually am getting really into even just like Topps Series 1, Series 2 baseball and stuff recently. I think it's super clean and just kind of all time, and I think you get more value in even like from a retail perspective in like an update blaster than you do in the hobby products. Because you can pull numbered stuff. You can almost pull the same stuff out of retail than you can as hobby, but because it's like Series 1 and Series 2, it's not gouged the same way that like other products are in terms of the secondary market, but that's a really clean refractor. The older refractors, I guess 08 is kind of old at this point, are just so much cleaner. Fleer Brilliance, Rookie and Stars, the Flight Team, I think that's really clean. I remember the Star Quests. I thought like on the back it says super rare, which is really funny. I do not think this card is super rare at all. Who knows? Maybe this is for some reason a $30 card. I have no idea. I've had this for like 10 years probably. But like apparently it's super rare. But I just think the Star Quests, like I know a lot of people that collect like just certain stuff in the 90s. It's like that's their childhood. I mean, I was born in 96, so I feel like for me, like obviously I bought cards when I was younger, but I think when I first started kind of like collecting, a little bit was like around 08 or 09 when I think opened my first hobby box. That was also Derrick Rose's rookie year. So I think the first hobby box I opened was 08, 09 Upper Deck basketball. So I just think like that era, like late 2000, like 2008, 2009, and then so obviously the packs when I was buying from then were also like dirt cheap, but it was a lot of like 05, 06, 07, 08 football. You know, wanting some Matt Forte. I really like Darren McFadden when he was a rookie. So like stuff like that, I feel like is my version. It's obviously 10 years later. I'm 29 right now. Will be 30 soonish, but I feel like that's my era. 2020 Prism, just the blue right there. Just some other base cards right there. Some base cards. Shout out base cards. Come get your base cards. How much more mellow? Okay, now we get into some ink and stuff. Need to separate that from my bull stuff. Just a quick little stack of some ink and stuff from my Syracuse PC. And then the only other random mellow I have, I think there's still a $10 sticker on this. I think I paid $10 for this at Nationals a couple years ago. From 2004, SP game used, so this would be a second year mellow. It is slabbed, which is weird. HGA, it's an 8.5, which is probably what, you know, it's a weird card to have slabbed, but it's out of 100 second year mellow game used jersey. Like, I might pay $10 for that not slabbed anyway, so I know it's like a stupid slab, but I like buying cheap slabs, because I'm not going to lie. Like, let's be honest here. I think grading stuff and flipping it, it's excessive. It's insane. I also hate a lot of case hits. Home field advantage stuff does look really cool. But, dude, like, kabooms and downtowns, like, all that shit's cool. But it's like, dude, why are, like, fifth-year downtowns of, like, even good quarterbacks like Josh Allen and stuff, why are those $500 raw? It doesn't make sense to me. I get like a rookie would go insane, but why is that card $500? Because this is what I mean. Like a dude like Roma Dunze, very good player on the Bears. Struggling the last like 5-6 weeks maybe, but one of the better young players on the Bears. His like downtown is I think it's like a $300 card. He's a good player, but he's not like Puka Nacua or like, you know, he's not like an all-pro Pro Bowler. I understand it's like his rookie and it's a case hit, but like $300, like what are we doing? Like these things are rare, but I feel like the prices are inflated a little bit. Like why is that? Like how is that a $300 card? Maybe $100 because I understand rookies are hot, but it's like there's so many cool cards like that. Like I'm not gonna sit here and act like kabooms and downtowns don't look cool, but it's like. I feel like a lot. I mean, I think it's just also the price of wax is so much more than it used to be. But in my head, I can't wait for in like 8 to 10 years when the ultra modern card market tanks, because I'm very certain it will. Do I buy ultra modern stuff? Yes, but in low dollar amounts. If it's PC, I do rip. I could have spent $250 on retail in the last 2 months, but I'm ripping. I'm having fun. I'm not splurging on hobby boxes and doing really dumb shit, but to each their own. I can't wait till like a lot of these downtowns that are selling for like $200 are like $30 to $40 cards in 8 years, and then I'll buy some, because then it's like, okay, this is like what they should actually go for. And I feel like it's the same thing about like some cool inserts. Obviously the top players are going to stick. They'll probably still go down a little bit. Like maybe that $500 Josh Allen is going to be like a $250, $300 card. And that's fine, because it's like a case hit of a really cool player. But the fact that there's just so many of these downtowns or whatever that are going for like thousands of dollars, it's like, come on. Like, I understand. I think, it's insane. Like, even the Kobe Bryant market does not make sense to me. Like, what? Like, I understand. Like, rest in peace, Mamba. I'm not trying to disrespect him at all. One of the best to ever do it. And I understand his autos go insane. But what I don't get is, like, why are Kobe inserts in, like, 30-year cards, like, going for hundreds and hundreds of dollars, when even relative to that, like, those same cards of even, like, the same type of, you know, inserts of, like, LeBron from his second or third year. Like, I understand ink is a scarcity. Like, game-used patch autos and patches from, like, older products are a scarcity. But it's like, why does like a second, like why does like a 2002 Kobe Bryant refractor like sell for like 10 times the amount? Like why is that like a, I'm just making up years and prices, but I feel like there's so many cards like that are like $5,000 cards, when like a second year LeBron refractor, I understand like the year is less rare, but it's still like a second year, even if it was in a PSA 10. Like I feel like that's like a $500 card. Like why? I feel like the Kobe market to some extent, like I get the autos should be more. A lot of the older stuff should be more because he still is older. He came in the league 8 years before LeBron. Maybe it's 7 years, but I think it was 96, 97, so 03, 04. So yeah, 8 years before LeBron. Like why is that so much more? I don't get it. Like collect what you like, but holy shit, I just don't get the card market. It's crazy. Like, oh my god, I don't get it. I don't get it. Anyway, another Carmelo from SP Game Used. This is from 0607. A little 6-7 reference right there. This is a cool one. It's hand numbered out of 600. This is also from 0809, 2009, 2010 of Ron Artest and Carmelo Anthony. And what's really cool to me about this card is I could be wrong. Let me read the back real quick. Oh, okay. It says on the back that I saw the gold real quick. I know Ron Artest made one All-Star game, but I thought maybe this was like a game-used All-Star game relic, but because he's on the Rockets here, but that's from when he was on the Kings. But still really cool right there. These are kind of, I think, recent Melo pickups out of 199 from 2021 Prism, I think. And then this, I remember I bought from Mark at last year's National. I think this is the most modern Melo I have out of, so this is from last year's Prism out of 25 or 35? 35. I know there's a lot of variations of stuff like this, but I think it's cool because this is in the white Knicks jersey. It's, I think, the white something out of 35. I just think that's really clean. I will buy stuff like that all day. Next, like this is what I mean. I could have paid $10 for this card, but this is just something that's staying in my PC. I don't care if this is a $1 card because when he was actually, I think he was actually he wasn't just Boeheim's son. I think in college, especially his senior year, Buddy Boeheim was so good, and he was actually very clearly the best player and legitimately could create his own shot in college and was a big part of that Sweet 16 team. And this is from 2022. First Bowman. This is out of 99. I love shit like this. I think Bowman U stuff is underrated if you can get it cheap or cheap-ish. Buddy Boeheim. Because stuff like this, like even if Buddy Boeheim ends up being in the league and has autographs in like 3 years, like that stuff could be cool. I'll probably pick something up. But for me, like a dude like Buddy Boeheim, his impact is way more in college. And I feel like college stuff, like it is cool because we like players when they're in college too. Like those are our teams. But at the same time, it's like the prices of all of it are still inflated. And it's like, we're like prospecting with this college stuff as opposed to just like, I feel like it used to be, and I'm not like an old soul even, but I feel like it used to be more just like, oh, that's like a really cool card, or like the point of the college stuff was like, it was almost like a cheaper way to like collect a player you liked, kind of similar to like the way that like unlicensed Leaf stuff sells for compared to unlicensed Leaf stuff. Like, I know Joe Montana signs a lot. If you want a Joe Montana autograph, not like you can get a Joe Montana Leaf autograph for like 40 or 50 bucks. And that's really cool if you just want a Joe Montana autograph. But like his license stuff is probably like, maybe there's something for $70 or $80. But I feel like the point of that is like a Joe Montana Niners autograph, probably minimum like 100, 125, maybe 150. But that makes sense. One of the best QBs to ever do it. But he does have the cheaper version. If you just want like the budget, because if you just want a cheap card because you want it in your collection and that's all you can afford, or you just think it's cool because it's on card. I don't know. I don't like how it's like the price of Bowman U stuff is kind of the same as like Bowman baseball, because like that's always kind of been like a prospecting product. So like that's fine. Like it's like that's the product for like the investment type thing, like Bowman baseball, like Prism basketball. Like to me, I guess even like I feel like contenders football is like taking a downturn, but I feel like a lot of that is because like the last couple years and they've been making it, all the top guys are like Tops exclusives and Fanatics exclusives. They don't sign. Chris Joseph, he was pretty good in college. Chris McCullough, very short tenure in the league. I'm pretty sure he was technically a first round pick though. And that's why I kind of like. I mean, I've been a Syracuse fan for longer. I just started being a Bradley fan when I went to Bradley, but they've also had a lot more players in the league, so it just makes it more accessible to collect to me. Another Chris Joseph. I think this is actually the only. No, I think I have another Hakeem Warwick auto. This is out of 1,192. Very short printed, 1,192 from 2005. So this would be. I think this is actually his rookie year because he was a year younger than Melo. No, he was older, but he stayed. So this is a rookie autograph from Luxury Box. Oh, I mean, it is in a rookie card top loader, but a lot of these are old top loaders. I've re-top loaded a bunch of stuff that I'm kind of doing, but like some of this stuff, like if the top loader's not disgusting and it's like what I would consider less than a $5 card, I'm not gonna put it in a new top loader, only if it's disgusting or I feel like it's a new, like, you know, if it's a more valuable card or something. But that's kind of cool right there. Tyler Ennis hit a half-court shot once when I was in high school, or it could have been my freshman year of college, and I remember I had a white t-shirt I was wearing, and I took it off and got a Sharpie. Then I wrote something like Tyler Ennis is the GOAT, and like wore that shirt the next day. And I think my mom got really mad at me because she probably recently bought me that shirt for like $5 or something, and I completely defiled it. But Tyler Ennis got me really excited, and I don't regret that. Like, sorry, Mom, but, you know, Tyler Ennis made a game-winning half-court shot. Like, I'm sorry I ruined this shirt. Like, what am I supposed to do in that situation? Not be stoked? Come on now. Malachi Richardson didn't do anything in the league, but remember, he was a first-round pick. I don't even think he was projected second-round pick before the tournament. That was the year. That was actually my freshman year of college. When also that year is really cool to me because I actually went to the Sweet 16 that year. When Syracuse beat Gonzaga, it was at the United Center. Again, that was the DeMontis Sabonis team. And I remember I went with my dad, and he thought it was cool because he's like, oh, this is like Arvydas' kid. And I was like, who the fuck is Arvydas Sabonis? Because at this time, I am like 19, like I don't know who Arvydas Sabonis is, and my dad's going all dad mode talking about like the good old sports days and stuff like that, and it's cool. But I just remember like we were really close and they won that game, and then in the Elite Eight, also that was the year Syracuse, like I know they were on the bubble every year for like an 8-year stretch, but that was the one year I think technically based on their resume they actually did not deserve to make the tournament. And they weren't even like a play-in team. They were just a 10 seed outright. Like they were the last team before the play-in, and they just beat everyone's ass. And I remember Virginia was the 1 seed, and I think that was the Malcolm Brogdon team. Maybe Kyle Guy was like a freshman at that point. I think it was before Ty Jerome. One of them was. I know both of them were on Virginia, but I think one of them was on that team. And Syracuse, I don't remember the exact thing, but I remember Syracuse, it was something like they were down by like 14 with like 8 minutes left, and Malachi Richardson scored like 12 unanswered points, and they made it to the Final Four. And so I have his contenders auto. This is the one out of 99 from 28-16 contenders. And I actually think I kind of have a vivid memory of buying this right like in college shortly after he got drafted, and I feel like I paid like $20 for this. Do I regret it? No. Would I regret that now because this is probably a $5 card? A little bit, but just a sick card. Like this is the type of shit I love. Like slightly overpaying for just cool cards. At least like something like that. Like if I pay $20 for a card that I know for a fact is gonna be $5 later, but that I just want it now because of a core memory. Like that's kind of why we collect. Like collecting is about kind of memories where it's almost like nostalgia based. Like we're trying to relive kind of memories and moments a little bit like through cardboard. That's kind of what we're doing to a certain extent. Like we're nerds out here. Like if you collect cards, I hate to break it to you, you're a nerd. Like we're all nerdy as shit. Whether you want that tag or not, like you can try to be cool. Like nerds can be cool. Like what are we doing out here? But that being said, these next cards in my hand, rest in peace to Fab Melo. I really liked him at Syracuse. He died way too young. I don't know what he would have been in the league. He honestly might have not been that good. I don't know if his game was going to transition that well to the league. He was a very raw defensive prospect, and I feel like when dudes go into the draft early, just in general, when they're just a young defender and just don't get minutes their first year or two to like actually play, they usually don't transition well. But he just never, unfortunately, just never got the shot, or just didn't have enough time. But rest in peace, Fab Melo. Michael Carter Williams, game used rookie jersey. Also, shout out Michael Carter Williams. If I'm remembering it correctly, I think he technically, statistically, had the best rookie debut in probably not in NBA history, but he had something crazy. I think he had like a triple double with steals, or was something like he had like 25, 10, and then he had like 8 steals or something. And I'm pretty sure this was against like I think it might have been against the Heat in 13-14. That, if I'm remembering my years correct, I think that was the 4th year. It could have been the year after, and it was just Wade, but I'm pretty sure 13-14 was the 4th year of the LeBron, Bosh, Wade Heat. And his rookie debut, he also won Rookie of the Year, but like also never really did much after that. His game just didn't age well. But rookie of the year, but dude was like the 16th or 17th, 18th pick. Maybe he was like the 12th pick, but he was not a high pick. And dude just goes out there and gets like a triple-double and 11 steals on the defending champions against the GOAT. And if that was the year after, it's still against Dwayne Wade and like the defending champions, or they won 2 out of the last 3 or 2 out of the last 4. Like, come on now. Speaking of GOATs, out of 99, not a rookie auto, but my GOAT, Johnny Flynn. Also speaking of GOATs, he likes to do fun shit like block Kirk Heinrich to win a national championship. I love you, Captain Kirk, though. Sorry you never got one with the Bulls. Derrick Rose's knees kind of let us down, but out of 50, Hakeem Warwick. I actually picked this up last year at Nationals. I was actually back and forth. It was I think I paid like $3 for it, but in my head I was like, dude, it's Hakeem Warwick. Like, I know $3 is a really small purchase, especially when you're spending a couple $100s in cards anyway. In my head, I'm like, dude, there's no way it's actually worth $3. At the end of the day, it's like, if you see something that you just think is really cool and it's like not that much, and it's something you're like, even if I buy this for $2 more than it's worth, it's like, I still kind of want it. It's also there, like, at a show. I think also to a certain extent, I know people want to do, like, comps and all this. And, like, yes, on bigger cards that I think there's a lot more out there, there is something to be said. Like, yes, if you're asking $80 for a card that is selling $40 and you're not going to budge from it, like, that's crazy. But I don't think it's crazy that, like, no, you're like, it sells 40, whatever. Like, if you think you can get 50 for it, like, that's fine, it's your card. But it's like, it's not going to sell for 80. But also, like, people that are, like, really small about the difference and, like, try to get it to matter, it's like, yes, I understand, like, technically. It's also, like, I don't know about comps, but it's also easy, like, just from, a base perspective, like, I think offering 10 or 15% less than what the last card sold for makes sense. Because at the same level, it's like, yes, like, the dealer, if they sold that on eBay, they would have to pay the fees. Granted, if it's, like, a LeBron rookie card, then there's no point, because that's way too liquid. But, like, at the same time, it's like the seller, unless you are a dealer and you have an LLC. Like, I don't have an LLC. Then you wouldn't have to pay sales tax on online purchases. But it's like, if I buy a card online, I still need to pay sales tax on it, even if it's a $5 card. Now it's a $5 like 50-cent, $5 47-cent purchase, because there's like a 9 or 10%. I mean, I live in Illinois, so the sales tax probably a little higher than other states. Maybe it's like 7% instead of 9% or whatever it is in your state, but it's like kind of the same thing. Anyway, Raheem Christmas. I just think we all gotta chill a little bit. Also, very not much directed at any person. It's just a compilation of things I see that irritate me. I also don't even. I think this is the only card of Derek Coleman I own, but in Illusions Auto, not on card, but never a bad thing to have a card of a #1 overall pick. And I'm gonna end the video there because it's a half hour long. And in my head, I'm like, yo, maybe I get through my Bull stuff and my Syracuse stuff in one video. This video is way too long already. I'll make more later. Much love, everybody.